Morning guys, welcome to Maths Day 2. 2 more days of Maths home learning after today. So what we're going to do again today is we're going to take everything that we have learned last week and yesterday and put it into practice to divide by 2. So we're going to be sharing into groups, we're going to be grouping in twos, we're going to be jumping back in twos for repeated subtraction or jumping forward in twos for repeated addition like we did yesterday. And then we're going to have a go at solving some problems and checking some answers. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you is our divide by 2 PowerPoint. So we're going to go through this. So if you've got, you will need a scrap piece of paper, you will need a pencil, you might need a ruler or a number line if you've got it. Okay, so get all of those things. So pause the video if you need to. If you've got all of those things already, then let's get ready to rumble. So dividing by 2. So on your scrap piece of paper, first thing I want you to do is to answer all of these questions. So each one is split up into bits. You're going to pause the video in a minute and have a go at these. It says complete the calculations. 2 add 2 add 2 add 2. And then 2 add 2 add 2 add 2 add 2. Complete the calculations. 2 multiplied by 4. Remember, you could also have 2 groups of 4. So if you want to use actual resources for this, or if you just want to draw it, that's fine. I don't mind. Again, if you need resources, go and grab them. You're going to do 4 times 2, 2 times 5, 5 times 2, 6 times 2, 2 times 6. And then for question 3, it says how many groups of 2 are there in this array? So you're going to group the array into twos. Okay, so pause the video and have a go now. Okay, you've all had a go at that, I hope, and you haven't cheated and just carried on with the video. So let's go through these answers. 2 add 2 add 2 add 2. You can count in twos on your fingers. So the first one is 8, and the second one is 10. Completing the calculations, 2 times 4 is the same as 4 times 2. You've just changed the numbers round. So they both equal 8. 4 add 4 is 8, but then so is 2 add 2 add 2 add 2. Look, you had it up here. 2 groups of 5 or 5 groups of 2 is 10. And then 6 groups of 2 or 2 groups of 6 is 12. Going up in twos, look, 8, 10, 12, because we've got groups of 4, groups of 5, groups of 6. And then how many groups of 2 are in this array? We have got 5 altogether. Okay, you may have grouped them in a different way, but there was still 5. Right, now we've got lots of 2's out the way. We're going to have a go at doing the actual division. So some of you will have a double-sided sheet for today's work. Some of you will just have a single-sided. So when you finish the single side, you can stop the video. You don't have to listen and carry on, but if you want to, then that's fine. So, first of all, it says, the children are playing a game. They need to get into 2 equal teams. How many will be in each team? So we're going to move them. We've got 1 team over there and 1 team over here. So how many will be in each team? There are 4 children in each team. So we've shared them out into 2 groups. Now the children are playing another game. They need to get into twos to play this game. How many pairs will there be? So let's put them into pairs. How many have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs altogether. What we have just done is we've done some sharing to start with. The children are there are 4 children in each team, or 8 divided by 2 equals 4. We also did some grouping, where there are 4 pairs of children. 8 divided into groups of 2 equals 4. So in the first one, the 2 was the number of groups. In the second one, that's how you group them. And you can do this with any division calculation at all. We're focusing on 2's because we're dividing by 2 today. So here are 12 flowers. You might want to get 12 objects, and you're going to do it 2 different ways. First time it says the flowers are shared equally between 2 pots. So look, we're sharing the flowers into this pot and this pot. The flowers are put into pots of 2, like this one. We're going to do it both ways. What's going to happen, do you think? Pause the video now, have a chat. To your grown-up, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think the answers are going to be? Okay, you've got some idea. I think you're all pretty clever, so I reckon you'll be able to do this. So first of all, we're going to do it the first way. Here are 12 flowers. The flowers are shared equally between 2 pots. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, just like we've been doing for the last week or so. So it says there are 6 flowers in each pot because 12 divided into 2 groups equals 6. Now let's do it a different way. The flowers are put into pots of 2. How many pots do we need? Well, there's 1 pot and there's 2 flowers. We've still got some flowers left, so we need another pot. We've still got some flowers left. And another pot, and another pot, and another pot. So we've run out of flowers now, so we don't need any more pots. How many pots are there? Well, it says there are 6 pots of 2, so 12 divided into groups of 2 makes 6. The answer was the same. What happens if we had 13 flowers, though? What would happen if you had 13 flowers? Talk to your grown-up now. So they were shared equally between 12. Let's see if they shared equally between 13. So let's have a look again. Oh, we've got 1 left over. So you cannot share 13 into 2 groups. So really, the same thing should happen here as well. So there's my 5 pots, or 6 pots. I've still got 1 left over. So there are 6 pots of 2 flowers. There is 1 flower left over. So which of these, have a think, which of these can be divided by 2 with no flowers left over, and which ones can be? So there's no writing down for this. Let's have a look. So there's a pot of 2, there's a pot of 2, there's 1 left over. Look here. There's a pot of 2, there's a pot of 2, and there's a pot of 2. So they're fine. 2, 2, 2. Oh, and look, we've got 1 left over as well. So here's where we have a pause. I want you to go through the first 3 questions on your sheet now, and then unpause the video when you're done and ready to carry on. So pause the video and have a go at the first 3 questions on your sheet now, please. Okay, let's carry on. So 16 divided by 2. We're going to use a number line to do this. So remember from yesterday, 16 is the number that we want to get to. Okay, and we're going to jump here. We're jumping, I've gone too fast. Here we're going to do it both ways. We're going to go forward to start with, because counting in 2s is easier to go forward than backwards. So we're going to go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. And there are 8 jumps altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that was jumping forwards. We just want to check to make sure it's the same going backwards. So when we jump in 2s, we miss a number out. So watch. Missed 15 out to 14, to 12, to 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 0. We've still got 8 jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What happens when we've got this then? This is where it's really gone a bit year 2-y rather than year 1-y. We've got something divided by 2 equals 12. Now we haven't looked at this before. There's my counters. And here, look, I've got a group of 12 and another group of 12, which means we've got 2 groups of 12, which is the same way. There's a group of 10. I think like that. So there's a group of 12 and there's a group of 12, which is the same way as saying 12 times 2 equals this answer here. Because multiplication is the opposite of division, and division is the opposite of multiplication. So to get this answer here, we're not going to divide, we're going to multiply by 2, which makes 24. So double 24, double 12, or counting the counters, 24. Let's have another go then. So here we've got something divided by 2 equals 10. So we want to go back this way. We don't want to divide by 2, we want to multiply by 2. In other words, we need 2 groups of 10, which makes 20. And that is it for maths today. I would like you to now finish off the questions on your sheet. If you've just listened to the video, here are the sheets. So the questions 1 to 3 were nice simple ones. That's what everybody had. And then questions 4, 5, 6 and 7 were for the year, for most of the, or for some of the year 2s, or most of the year 2s only. Okay, so those are the questions you had. For the question 4, for the division, they suggest going backwards, but you can go forwards. It's absolutely fine. And that's it for today. See you tomorrow for some really tricky problem solving.